welcome to realityfuturestrading.com. In today's video, I'm going to cover the brief concept of money management. Now, unfortunately, most traders will start into the day trading business, and they are a lot of times undercapitalized. So sometimes we can only work with what we have to work with. But in this case, I'm going to give just a brief demonstration of the magic of multiples. So in this case here, I'd like to point out the first trade here on the Eagle Trend Trader. This is for the CL1212 contract, and we are talking about October 22nd here of 2012. What you're seeing here is this is the 7 o'clock open trade that I love to take right here. You see that price passes down below the band. We get a transition here. Soft edge transitions across the hard edge. We do get this pullback here, and as you can see, if you look real close, the body of the bar does not get up into the band. Well, it's 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time and 9 o'clock Eastern, and that is the opening trade that I like to take. You see that I get a warning dot. I get a short entry triangle, as well as I get my short entry hash marks, and of course my filter is nice and red, lines up with the time of day. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the trade. So if I take the trade here at 90.45 and I'm only trading one contract, more than likely I'm only going to be going for 10 or 20 ticks. I find that most traders do this. It is very difficult to take advantage of a runner when we're only trading one contract. So if we filled here at 90.45, chances are there's going to be a tick or two's worth of slippage. So let's say we filled here at 43. Our first profit target is down here at 33. And if we had a 20 tick profit target, we would be going down here to 13. So even if we took a bigger profit target and we went to 13, we got in here at 43, we went down to 13, that's a 30 tick profit on one contract. So not bad, not bad. However, if we're trading multiple contracts, provided our account size will allow us to trade multiple contracts, then what we can do is this. We can actually jump into this trade at 43, and then we can take our first profit target off at 33. And then once that first profit target's off, if you like, what I like to do is I like to take that trade to break even, because if it's going to go, it's going to go. All right, so I've got my first target off here at 33. I'm going to take my second target off here at 23. And then as my band moves down, I like to use this band to have my stop follow. So in this case, my third contract, I'd be getting pulled out at about 21 or 22. So the advantage to multiple contracts is that yes, you can have greater profits. However, you do need to be aware that with multiple contracts, there is a greater risk, meaning you've got, instead of one contract with a 20 or 30 tick stop, now you've got 3 contracts. What I'm saying is that in order to trade multiple contracts, what I suggest is never risking any more than 2 to 5% of your current account. If your account size cannot support multiple contracts, I strongly recommend that you stick with the number of contracts that it will support, or you might even want to consider changing instruments and trading something like the YM or the NQ. Doesn't pay as much. Maybe it's not as sexy and it's not as glamorous as, say, oil is. However, in my opinion, it's less risk because you're not risking as much money. No matter what, though, please remember and please keep this in mind, trading is always risky business, and you should always practice safe money management. One other thing that I'd like to point out is that if you are having difficulties trading with your live account, I would strongly suggest moving back to your simulated account until you get more proficient and you get more consistent. Because as I like to say, if you can't win in sim, you can't win live. All right, well, hopefully this video wasn't too fundamental or too simple. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, please contact me at ray@realityfuturestrading.com. Thanks and have a great day.